space. Well, not really. Take two. Here, in the Mitten State. Welcome to Code 47, bringing you all things Star Trek. Spanning the quadrants, the best thing since the neutral zone.
Oh, and we're back with the Code 47 podcast on the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network. I am your humble servant, Trek Lord of West Michigan, Charlie Carden, coming at you full tilt, warp 12, with my my co-pilots, my partners in crime. That would be Aaron and Rich. Sound off, you guys.
Hey.
I'd like my title to be changed to Trek Land Baron of southern Minnesota. Is that okay?
Can we collectively be rarin'?
Rarin'? Like you're always rarin' to go for another recording? Yeah. All
right.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, episode 36. We are coming at you with the back half of season 2 of Star Trek Discovery. This was our big departure where we said, you know what? We have a schedule, but you know what? Fuck the schedule. We're going to do what we want. And here we are. We just said, you know what? We're going to keep the gravy train of Discovery rolling. At this point, we might even roll into season 3. Who knows what we're going to do? We're totally unpredictable. I don't know. We'll leave that matzo ball hanging out there. But without further ado, so that Rich's air conditioning project doesn't destroy our show, as my being late because the wife and I were watching a movie. Let's jump right on in with, we covered the first 7 last week. We are kind of neck deep in the Captain Pike commanding Discovery. They're chasing around the Red Angel and the Red Bursts. But now we're all the way up to episode 8. Which was cliff hung from last week's episode. So, Rich, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, do you want me to read the previously part that we have on here?
Why not?
All right. Previously, the Enterprise visited Talos 4, where Pike and Spock met the Talosians, beings that can create incredible illusions. Pike fell in love with Vina, an injured Federation crewman in the Talosians' care, but she was unable to leave the planet while Pike chose to return to the Enterprise. Starfleet banned future visits to Talos 4. Now,
wait. That's very well written.
Yeah, that is. That's amazing. Wait, is that you? Did you do that, Aaron? That was Aaron. That was all Aaron. Sorry.
Woo!
It was good. I liked it. It flows so much better than any of that Wikipedia stuff that we get. But now Burnham and Spock secretly travel to Talos 4, where the Talosians heal Spock's mind in exchange for Burnham's memories of young Spock. The latter reveals that he mind melded with the Red Angel, a time traveler trying to stop a galactic catastrophe in the future. Culber confronts Tyler, but realizes that he is going through a similar crisis. Discovery collects Spock and Burnham after the Talosians help Vina contact Pike by telepathy. Telepathy illusions of Spock and Burnham for Section 31 to capture as a distraction. Escaping, Discovery and its crew become fugitives from Starfleet. I got a little confused there at the end.
Do you know what I did there? I literally just took out half the words.
Oh my God! Wow,
and it still says the same thing.
That's some poor ass editing on the personal world. But hey,
That's hysterical.
What a great kickoff! And I think this episode kind of really drives home modernizing visuals from the 60s, because the cage was filmed in 1964. That's the unaired Star Trek pilot that of course all of us have seen, and Gene Roddenberry kind of rolled it out in
I've never seen it.
What are you talking about? It actually is on Netflix. If you go there, it's under the season 3 of TOS. But essentially, you kind of have seen it if you've seen the Menagerie, the 2-part season 1 of TOS, which kind of tells the story bookended with Pike in the chair, which is his being radiation burden, which is his future. So
we talk about that later, Charlie.
Oh well, all right. I'm teasing. I'm sorry. They're already listening to the episode. I mean, I didn't think we're trying to not spoil like 10 minutes in advance. But
hey, did you like how all the retro sounds that we got to hear?
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say before you clearly interrupted me. Oh my God.
I did. I'll do it again.
I know you will. But no, this was a great example of updating things, because obviously you have a different actress. It's Melissa George in this case, portraying Vina, who was Susan Oliver in the 60s and who's dead now. So same thing with Jeffrey Hunter, who was Captain Pike. But even, the Telosians planet looked, it's filmed in that same rock quarry in Canada that you see stand in for a lot of things. And so it doesn't look quite so, stage 9 kind of set, they did it as an external set, but and they updated the Telosians. Their gear's a little fancier and their heads aren't quite as big, but I love the Starfleet shuttlecraft that you see in this.
Oh yeah.
From Discovery, it looks like it goes for days. It just looks gigantic. And something else that I noticed, those shuttlecraft have a shelf life of over 200 years because you see the same shuttlecraft in Picard. Same paint job, same shuttlecraft. So
really?
That's interesting that you never really think about that, because shuttles, what do they do in Star Trek? They just get blown up. So you never really think about them sticking around. But I guess a shuttle, it's not like your Ford Fusion or whatever where it's going to die after 200,000 miles. Shuttlecraft can be around for 200 years and it ain't no great shakes.
So the spaceships, the starships can actually be around for a while too. And I learned that when I was taking some just like fun engineering courses. And after Enterprise, they could, I think the life was like 100 years. So I guess it makes sense that a shuttle could be around for 200 years.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Because it's all about the whole life, the whole life of it.
Right. Well, and they can refit them. They can upgrade them. They can freshen them up too,
I didn't have a lot to say about this episode because I had to hold it back. I've got a lot to say about everything else.
I believe it. But one last thing about Culber and, Jack Ash Tyler throwing down. I love it that everybody in Starfleet must be in the first year takes that class on how to kick ass, because everybody you ever bump into in Starfleet is like a master ass kung fu fighter.
I like how Saru is just like, let him fight it out.
We're like, we're good. We're good. Yeah, everybody in Starfleet knows how to whoop ass. I mean, just absolutely everybody. So I love that. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see that growth moving along. So Richie, any thoughts on this one before we move on?
I have a question.
Charlie has answers.
It
awesome.
Could be.
I hope so. Why didn't Spock know that Burnham was the Red Angel? Or not Burnham. Was it Burnham's mom? Wasn't that what it was?
It was.
Am I spoiling it?
It was, and later I don't know.
Later it gets revealed.
He may not have worked that out because you can only get so much information during a mind meld, and you have to understand that this woman has been traveling for like 100 and something years or something like that. So he probably was just looking for specific information and got what he needed.
Right. Okay. Right. That adds up. All right.
I can dig it.
Okay. I made it up, but it sounds good.
All right. That works for me too. All right. Moving on. Episode 9. Aaron, you are up.
Admiral Cornwall boards Discovery to interrogate Spock and brings video footage showing Spock murdering his doctors.
Whoops.
Saru discovers that Section 31 faked the footage using holograms, and Cornwell directs Discovery to Section 31 headquarters, where Starfleet's control AI is kept. Control is behind the forgery and has been directing Section 31 to pursue Spock. Burnham, Security Officer Nan, and Ariam beam into the headquarters to find Section 31's leadership dead after Control turned off the life support systems.
Cyberdyne systems. Sorry.
Well, that's what it says. I'm just reading it.
No. I mean, that's total Skynet shit right there. That's where we're
Skynet. Yeah.
Ariam is tasked with restoring control to Starfleet's intended purposes. The virus from the future she carries to control itself. What? That doesn't make sense. And she attempts to upload the sphere's knowledge and all of the AI into Control's database. Ariam has to be ejected into space before Control gains the knowledge it wishes. Non ejects Ariam into space, and the shocked crew mourns her. I had to rewrite this as much as I could without. I tried not to mess up the integrity of it, but a lot of it was wrong. Like it said, Burnham ejects Ariam, and I know that she didn't. Like, just some of the facts were wrong in the synopsis.
I don't know. I'm thinking you should go into Wikipedia. You should copy this over to Wikipedia. But anyway, here's another great episode that's an example of everybody knows how to whoop ass because they're all kung fu fighting at the end. But this was
Holy crap.
This was another kind of crappy example of a character that it reminded me of poor Lieutenant Carey from Voyager. You saw him in like 4 or 5 episodes in season 1. You didn't see him for 6 years, and then he shows up so that they could kill him. That's what was going on with this, because it was like Ariam is, I don't even, if she ever got a name, it was like very slapshot. And it's like,
and honestly, they didn't give a shit about her until this episode.
Right, exactly. So that was kind of a bummer. But anyway, this is the episode where things start to come together. And like I said, it's so layered. It's like you got control, and then you got the virus from the sphere. And when they get together, it's just, this is why I feel like I got to go back and watch this more. So it's very layered. It's a very layered plot line.
I watched this episode 3 times. I watched it when we were doing the first one. Just because I went over, and then I watched it again when I was watching to do this podcast, and I started it over and watched it again after that, because you're right, it's so layered, it's really intense. It might be the most intense episode that they've had on the series.
Right, it's nuts. It's nuts, but yeah, they're like, I mean, they're this is really moving the ball forward, and you're like, oh my God, what are they going to do next? What are they going to do next? So it's nutty. It's absolutely nutty.
I have some notes.
Yes, please.
Admiral Cornwall is a badass as usual.
I love her. Jane, I was going to say Jane Lynch. It's not Jane Lynch. What the hell is her name? Jane something. Yeah. Jane something.
Don't tell Mom the baby. Yeah, don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead, lady.
Right.
She's so good in this. She's just such a badass. On Ariam, something bad will happen, but I didn't realize they were going to kill her off. Like, the first time I remember seeing this, I was like, oh, I don't really remember her, like a red shirt. Like, something bad will happen, but I didn't think it would go full red shirt and they would kill her off. So it was kind of emotionally intense for me. I wonder if Burnham would have killed her if none hadn't. Do you think she would have?
I mean, Burnham, she's all tears and emotion. I mean, but you never really seen her kill anybody. I mean, she's so like, I'm going to cry about it. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Nan is very stone cold. But, even Ariam said, I'm going to kill you. I'm out of control. You got to flush me. So, boop. So I don't know.
They hint that Ariam's going to be back in season 4, and I wonder how they're going to work that in if it's true, because I can't figure that out.
How the hell would that even work?
Right.
Are they going to find her 1,000-year-old body floating through the cosmos and reanimate her? Because that's where they're at. That's where they're at in season 4. So I don't know. Richie, what do you think?
Well, I thought this was, like you guys said, really intense, and I tend to have a sixth sense about these things. I had a feeling that something was going to go wrong with Ariam. And I had a bad feeling that she was going to die. And of course it got, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but I tend to be able to tell these things for some reason.
Can you sense death just like the Kelpians?
Yes, kind of. Although I don't have my throat ganglia anymore.
Yeah, they got chopped off.
With a ceremony and everything. Anyway, no, I knew that she was done for. And maybe it was because they hadn't done anything with her, and then all of a sudden she's part of this really important mission, and it's
right,
like, okay, well,
exactly. It's the Lieutenant Carey prospect, she becomes the red shirt. It's the Lieutenant Carey paradigm. That's what I'm going to call it.
Right.
Oh man! All right, episode 10. I guess Richie, this one bounces back to you.
There's a little treat in here for you, Rich.
Oh, there's a little treat. All right, go for it.
All right.
Episode 10, the Red Angel. Episode 10.
Red Angel. Ariam's system is purged of the control virus along with the other control systems around Starfleet before her funeral. Tilly discovers a bioneural scan of the Red Angel in Ariam's code that matches Burnham. Leland reveals that Section 31 built the Red Angel suit 20 years ago in a temporal arms race with the Klingons that Burnham's parents had been a part of, that program, and ultimately Leland was responsible for her parents' deaths. They now plan to use Burnham as bait for the Red Angel. Discovery travels to Essoff 4, where there is enough energy to power their trap. Burnham is left out in the planet's unbreathable atmosphere until the Red Angel appears to save her. Leland's Section 31 ship can close the wormhole behind the Red Angel to stop future control from following her through, though Leland is attacked by the present control, which is still active within the ship. The Red Angel is caught in the trap and revives the momentarily dead Burnham, who recognizes the figure as her mother. She's all like, "Mom?"
What? Oh my God. It's just so much more going on in this. You know what I mean? Controls here, but controls in the future. And I got to go back and watch this again. I still feel like I don't get it. But I think, and even just looking at the recap, the thing that kind of bugs me out is just like with last season and how the Klingons, biologically altered Ash Tyler to Klingonerize him and make him Vok. The Klingons don't do sciencey shit. Klingons are all about stabbing and eating the heart of their enemy and not smelling bad, and I can't even believe they have warp capable ships because they're not science people. So again, this would make a lot more sense to me if it was like, it's a temporal arms race with the Romulans, because the Romulans are, bad versions of the Vulcans.
But the method that they use to turn Leland, just like stabbing him in the eye, is awesome.
Yeah, I just get jabbed in the back of the head. He's like, blah, 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 with all the black stuff going around. And again, it's just, I got to watch this sucker again. So intense and packing it up. And again, really emphasizing the very episodic, arc-based nature of this show. It's like, man, if you tuned in to this one or the next one, you would have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Rich?
Okay, I really liked it. I thought it was a good episode in retrospect, but at the time, my first thought was, okay, it's her mom,
when she's all like, "Mom?" She's all like,
"Mom?" But my first thought was, wait a minute, come on. When has Star Trek been Star Wars? When has Star Trek, and don't say J.J. Abrams, when has Star Trek been about generational issues? You know what I mean? Like, other than like Kirk musing about his father, there really hasn't been or musing about his son, I guess. There really hasn't been this generational thing in Star Trek, and this felt like they were stealing a page from Star Wars.
I feel like you're kind of right, but I can think of one really good example of it.
Lay it on me.
And it's that episode of DS9, and it's the same kind of tether that's used with Jake and his father. So,
The Visitor.
Right, The Visitor. Yeah. This whole idea of the Red Angel seems to me like it's based on The Visitor.
Okay.
So there's this tether. So I hear what you're saying, but that's an example that's exactly the same.
I guess what I was going for is more of the mom and dad were involved in it. She's going to kind of carry on with mom and dad's stuff a little bit with the Red Angel thing.
Right.
That made me feel it feel like the Skywalkers. And don't get me wrong, I like Star Wars, but I don't like my peanut butter in my chocolate, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha. It's definitely not a Reese's situation. I got it.
Right. Yeah. So, but that initial reaction just kind of fades after we get into the further episodes, where it doesn't become like that. That was my first knee-jerk reaction to it. So right. I just thought that would be kind of important to bring up because it was a knee-jerk reaction at the time. So
I hear you. So any other thoughts?
I just kind of liked that you can see the evolution of Spock and how he's starting to empathize and get over his personal bullshit with Burnham.
Big time.
Otherwise, I kept this one short because my next two, man, I've got some stuff to say.
There's some stuff. Well, why don't we get it rolling with number 11? And Aaron, this is for you. Perpetual Infinity.
When Michael's parents' laboratory was attacked by Klingons, Michael's mother made the time travel suit go back in time an hour and warn them of the attack. She instead arrived 950 years in the future to find all sentient life destroyed by control. Tethering herself to a nearby planet, Dr. Burnham made over 840 attempts to change the future, including moving humans to her planet, Terra Elysium, to test how she can change history. Trying to stop control from gaining the sphere's data, Dr. Burnham was responsible for crossing paths with Discovery. Now the Discovery crew plans to upload the data into the suit and send it to the future where Control cannot access it while keeping Dr. Burnham in the present, but Control-possessed Leland intercepts their download. Giorgio and Tyler confront Leland in a very badass way, with Tyler gravely injured but able to warn Discovery. Finally, his redemption. The crew is forced to cut the transmission and release Dr. Burnham back to the future with the suit now damaged. Control Leland escapes with half of the sphere data, which is not correct. It was not half of it. It was 40. I think it was 40%. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, things are getting so intense.
Yeah.
Firing up. We got some mother-daughter drama, which, I'm sure any mother and a daughter can appreciate, or really anybody who is a child with a parent. It's just some real serious shit going on. So yeah, it's all the fingers of it are coming together. And the Terra Elysium part, it was funny when you reread that. It was like that finally helped me understand. It's like, why were they doing the Terra Elysium? It's like there's just so damn much. I just, like all other Star Trek, I really have my hands. I feel like I really have my hands around it. When I'm watching this, I'm like, what's going on? But it's so amazing. It's great storytelling. So this is great. And again, yes, the super ass whooping thing down on the planet. Everybody going back and forth and getting shot and doing this and that. And it's extremely intense. But again, just another waypoint, another flash along the trail of the Red Angel. It's just to keep things moving. It's incredible. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, I finally didn't hate Tyler anymore. I've hated him. It was redemption for me personally. I've hated him. Hated his stupid ass name the whole series up to this point. Like even when they have him confined to his quarters, I'm like, well, I hate the guy, so I don't care.
Stay there with your scruffy beard and your nappy hair. He looks like he smells.
I wanted to talk a minute on the dynamic between Giorgio and Dr. Burnham, because it's interesting to me when they have the conversation, and I love Giorgio's maternal instincts that she already has, but then her mother, says basically, thank you for everything you've done for my daughter, and she's like, I'm Mira Giorgio, and she's like, bitch, I know who and
wow.
Thank you.
Wow, exactly. Oh, it's so great. Yeah,
it's
you're
a
right.
really cool mother thing that's happening there, and I really loved that.
This extrasensory perception that Dr. Burnham has. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Oh, chilling.
It was a good moment. I have a question about the Ash Tyler redemption arc. Do you feel like this felt more redemptive because of how long it went? Because of how long it took to tell his story? Or do you think that it was just the right amount of time?
I don't think for me it has anything to do with time. I think he finally did something that wasn't kind of douchey or whiny. And he, I do. That's how I feel about it. But then, that you don't see him and you think he's dead. And you have this whole thought process of like, oh, he's finally not a douche. That's a shame. And then he comes back like injured and what he's done. I was happy to see him back. So that's kind of where I came up with the conclusion that it was some redemption for me.
I guess I meant like in overall, do you feel like it took too long for him to get redeemed? Or
I thought this whole time, how are they going to fix this character? Because this character sucks. I wanted them to just get rid of him a long time ago.
Right. You would have just written him out. You would have just been like, get out.
Yeah, I would have written him out. I'm like, bye. I'm new on the show and I need to fix it. And this is broken. Goodbye.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, no, like I said, I never warmed to the character. And I mean, I talked about how the whole Klingon arc in the first half of the season just kind of annoyed me. But at least in this next episode, they're kind of bringing that back around again. So episode 12, Through the Valley of Shadows. Richie, this is you.
A new signal appears over Boreth, where a Klingon monastery is located for monks to guard time crystals and where Tyler and L'Rell left their son to be raised. Pike visits the monastery to retrieve a time crystal and finds the son is now a fully grown adult named Tenavik. I think, is that how you say his name?
I think that's right.
Tenavik. Tenavik explains that life on Boreth is affected by the crystals, and that if Pike takes one, he will not be able to change the future that it shows him. Pike sees a future where he is severely disfigured in an accident, but chooses to take the crystal anyway. Burnham and Spock investigate a Section 31 ship that had checked in 10 minutes later than usual, and find all the crew dead except for one, Cameron Gant, an old colleague of Burnham who had been possessed by Control and attempts to take over Burnham. Spock learns that he can stop Control with magnetism, and they escape back to Discovery. The Section 31 fleet soon arrives, forcing Pike to order Discovery to be destroyed to keep the sphere data away from Control.
I basically had to rewrite that whole thing because this was the worst one. It was so bad.
It's just the worst. So Spock has a magnetic personality. Again, great kung fu fighting. But again, Burnham is always nonstop. She's got mad Vulcan skills. You don't really see Spock do much fighting, I think, in this. So, but he knows how to kick ass. So anyway, that's my ass kicking update. But yeah, you get a portrayal of Pike's future, which we learned about in the Menagerie. You learned that he goes on to become fleet captain, and I believe he's at the Academy. This is really his story happens maybe a year prior to the start of the original series. So like 6 or 7 years after this episode. And of course we're going to get, Strange New Worlds, which will happen within that time. But he gets promoted to fleet captain. He's an instructor at the Academy. He's out with some cadets on a ship. There's an accident. He's forced to stay behind in a radiation chamber while he's rescuing cadets, and that's why he gets all melted, and all he can respond is with beeps and boops and from his chair. But you learn, really, to me, what a heroic character Pike is, because he sees this, he understands
and he does
this
it anyway, right?
He's horrified by it, but he says, you know what? This is for all his fate. Well, this is for all the marbles. This is the needs of the many versus me.
Yeah, so, and that's what his job literally is, and he unselfishly does it. I loved that part of it.
Yeah,
it's
fantastic.
Loved it.
Yep.
I love, and I'm very proud. I mean, you guys have seen, the different photo shoots and stuff I've done as Pike cosplaying. I am proud to portray that character. He's spectacular. I love him. Absolutely love Captain Pike, and I love that's my my.
That's
shiny...
why I had a baby with him.
I'm jealous. That I can't have a baby with him. So, oh well. You definitely have my respect for that. This shit was intense, and again, it moves the ball forward to what we're teeing up to. This two-part conclusion. I can't take it. But I'll let you guys comment on this one first, please.
Rich, you want to go first?
Sure. I just want to say that like the moment where Pike sees his future, it was intense and it was emotional, but it was so fulfilling because they're wedging this in there just perfectly. Do you know what I mean? Like you're getting this, it's like a little puzzle piece that they're just clicking right into place about like what we're going to get from Pike, like what his life is before we see him in the original series. And I grew up watching the original series. That was my Star Trek. That was what was on when I was a kid. This was great. This was a great callback. It was a great moment, and I loved it. And that was the point where I was like, man, I hope they do more of this. And then somehow I found out, I think it was you, Charlie, that emailed me or messaged me on Facebook and said, hey, they're going to be doing this. And I wanted to pee my pants. It was great.
Big time.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Strange New Worlds. Can't wait.
Aaron.
I found myself, again, I felt this way the first time, wishing that they used more Jet Reno just because she's so awesome. But I don't know if they realized she'd be such a popular character. So hopefully moving forward, they use her a lot more. But I liked it when she said, I'm an engineer, not a poet. Yeah. That was really funny. I know that I mentioned this last week, and you told me not to get ahead of myself, so I'm going to bring it up again. Since Vok and Thorell's son aged so fast at the monastery, Is it possible that he existed when Worf visited the monastery?
That's a good perspective, but I don't know that we saw. You'd have to go back and watch the Rightful Heir episode to see if there was an albino Klingon in that episode.
There probably wasn't. But would it be? What do you think? Do you think it could be possible?
I mean, it depends on how long Klingons live, because again, that's over 100 years after this episode.
At regular time.
It depends on how in regular time, but he's with time crystals. It allowed him to age into an adult that fast. Who's to say that he wouldn't then begin once he reached adulthood to age really slowly, and it would take him 500 years to die? Like
Wolverine from the X-Men.
Yeah, I just think that's something that could be explored.
I don't necessarily disagree. And
I would think it'd be pretty cool.
What's interesting too is I was just watching for DS9 the Way of the Warrior episode today, and that's when Worf joins the cast of that show. And before he came to DS9, he was studying with the clerics at Borith. So wouldn't that be a fun story? Maybe he and Worf got to spend some time together in that episode as well. You don't know. Could be a spin-off non-canonical comic book or something. Who's to say? But if it's a comic book, Aaron wouldn't read it, so it doesn't matter.
All right.
Oh, that's all right. Oh my God. Okay, you guys. Sweet Sorrow, parts 1 and parts 2. Just jump on in.
All right. Are we gonna do part 1 and then talk about it, and then do part 2 and talk about it?
Dealer's choice. What do you want to do?
I'd rather do it that way.
Okay, works for me.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right, part 1. Discovery escapes the rendezvous with Enterprise, and Discovery is evacuated onto other starships. They initiate the self-destruct, but the sphere data takes control of Discovery systems and prevents this. It also defends itself from torpedoes. Burnham proposes that the time crystal be used to take Discovery itself into the future where Control cannot get to it, planning to wear a copy of her mother's suit to lead the ship there. Pike agrees and resumes command of the Enterprise to keep Control distracted. A new signal appears, leading Discovery and Enterprise to the planet Zahea, which is ruled by Tilly's friend Queen Mihani Ika Hali Kapo. We're going to call her Poe.
That works for me.
Brilliant engineer, Poe helps Stamets, Tilly, and Reno prepare the suit and time crystal for the journey. Some of the Discovery's crew choose to stay with Burnham, as does Giorgio, while Pike makes Saru acting captain. As the Section 31 fleet arrives, Discovery and Enterprise prepare for a battle when the suit and time crystal are finalized.
Damn. So much
going on
happening. Oh, I mean, you're getting the Enterprise back in the mix. And again, looking around Enterprise, it's a great view of, the neckbeards and the diehards. Like, well, that's not what the Enterprise looked like, because blah, 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 the original series and this and that. You can't have, and Richie, you're a diehard of TOS. I respect that. Yep. But tell me if you agree that if when they made this episode, all the sets looked exactly like they did in 1964, if you think that would look great or that would look like shit.
No, that would look terrible.
Exactly. So They have to have a modern aesthetic.
You've got to modernize it. And they were working under specific constraints in 1964. You can't. Going back is asinine. You got to go forward, and that's what they did. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Yes, I am a TOS stan, or whatever you want to call it. But
Charlie and I are not.
Yeah, but But I love this new Enterprise, and I want to see more of it.
I do too. My issue with the original series is Captain Kirk. I don't like the over-the-top, over-dramatic acting. I don't like it. And Pike is a lot different, so I can get behind this a lot easier. William Shatner's not in it.
Yeah.
We have an assignment for Aaron, and I'm going to say the we, because Richie, I'm pulling you into this too. You need to watch The Cage and give us some feedback.
Okay, I think I might. I think I might do write a whole thing on it right after I do it, so that I have a brand new person perspective.
Yes,
and the three of us can unpack that journey.
I like that
together.
I like that. I think that could be a special episode or a standalone or something. But at any rate, I just love it. I just watching this and then watching what we get into the second episode with the fleet, and this space battle gave us everything. everything that was like gross and disgusting and horrible about JJ Trek, that was like the ship with Eric Bana is the Romulan and the mining ship. But if you read the background comic, it was a mining ship that had Borg technology. It was just, the whole thing was a fucking mess. Just, for me, this makes all of it go away.
I like that they kind of circled back to having a Shakespearean title for this. Yeah. Did you notice that? They kind of got away from it, but they did it again. And I'm not going to do the quote for you guys because I'm sure that annoys you, but
doesn't annoy me.
Just know I'm thinking about it.
She's thinking about it.
Hey, how did you guys I know you loved it. How did you love how they took a Short Trek's character and rolled it into this series? That was very cool.
That's the beauty of Star Trek as a whole, because I really can't think of anything else in modern entertainment, let's say, from the 1960s forward, that has such world building that you can weave in and out. I mean, Star Wars tries, and they've had their success, Rich, no offense. They've had their successes and they've had their failures, but Star Trek nails it. You have this universe, these quadrants of these worlds and these things that it happened in this series and it happened in that series and it went backwards and it went forwards. But yes, the Short Treks were a revolution when they came along, because nobody's ever had, it's only 13 minutes. What? And it's a complete story, and it's just a little blurb, and then it's on again. So yeah, that was awesome. I love that. And her relationship with Tilly was really adorable, but really brought home that the Short Treks really do matter, which makes me
we're boring him.
I would say Oxford would be yelling at me, but thank God you guys are here to do it too. But the Short Treks were kind of a thing unto themselves, because there was the one with the Discovery in the future, and there's a guy that stumbled upon it, and I thought, how's this all going to come to fruition? But it may still. You never know. But
I have not seen Short Treks yet, guys.
Oh, well, then we as we discussed this evening.
Yeah, I have a little project for us. We don't have to talk about it on here, but it'll be fun.
Will be fun. All right. So anyway, those are my thoughts on part one. So anything else before you guys? What are your guys' thoughts before we roll forward into the finale? Oh my God!
I kind of snuck mine in. Full disclosure, Rich, I wasn't able to edit much of the part two because it was hard to. So the verbiage is going to be bad. I'm sorry.
Oh God, I'm at the what do you call it? The whims of the of Wikipedia people.
The whims of oh boy.
I know. If they would pay, I would sign up to rewrite this crap, because it's just garbage. But I'm too busy to do it for free.
All right, we moving on to two then?
Yeah, bring us home.
Yes, do it.
Tyler retrieves the Klingon fleet to assist in the battle, while Serana arrives with Baul fighters after receiving a farewell message from Saru. Stamets is seriously injured and is cared for by Culber. A Section 31 torpedo penetrates the Enterprise without detonating, but a secondary detonation kills Cornwell after sealing off the surrounding area.
Wow, they really downplayed that, didn't they? That's
they
not
sure
what
did.
Happened.
I know. They were just like, hey, guess what? This happened.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Detonation.
There you go. Good stuff.
Tossing it out there. Control Leland boards Discovery and is defeated when Giorgio magnetizes the nanites in his body, allowing Section 31's fleet to be destroyed. In the suit, Burnham travels to the past and sets the five signals that led them to this point. She then sets a sixth for Discovery to follow as she travels forward over 900 years and promises to set a seventh when they arrive. The Enterprise tells Starfleet that Discovery was destroyed in the battle and are ordered. The Enterprise tells Starfleet that Discovery was destroyed in the battle and are ordered never to speak of it again, or the crew, on Spock's recommendation. Wow, I really effed that one up. Tyler is placed in command of Section 31. Months later, the Enterprise detects the seventh signal as it begins a new adventure.
Woo!
Adventures!
Wow.
Now, let's at least address the elephant in the room, that this was a super convenient way to make sure that the spore drive was never spoken of again.
Right. Yeah.
That nobody knows that Spock had a foster sister. And that anything that happened in the past 2 years, it doesn't have to be retconned in any fashion. It never happened. It's not real. You never see another Crossfield class ship again because I guess, well, there would have at least been 3 because there would have been the USS Crossfield, which is the maiden ship of the line. There was Discovery and there was the Glenn, which was the ship they had to blow up early on. So that part is kind of super duper convenient. That being said, everything else about this episode is absolutely spectacular. Visually amazing, the emotional stuff between Burnham and Spock, and really again her dying.
Oh yeah, they're like best friends.
Her dying wish, her dying request says, let people in, find a friend. Maybe his name is Jim Kirk. I don't know. What am I telling the future? I only have a time traveling suit. So that was great. And at the end, you see Spock finally, cut his friggin' hair and get rid of that disgusting beard, put his uniform back on, and then now he's back to being the Spock that we know. And it set the table for Strange New Worlds to begin, though that wasn't announced at the time. But, it also sets the table for Ash Tyler to come back, for Section 31 to come back. And again, I really feel that at some point Section 31 is marginalized because of like some other big screw up that they do, that by the time we get around to DS9 they exist in the shadows and nobody knows anything about them. We're here at this time, they're like, we got our own ships and we're in charge of ships. So something is going to happen. They're going to have some kind of radical screw up where they get their pee-pee spanked. They do something really stupid and they're going to get nailed. You never heard that? You never heard that expression?
I've never heard that expression.
No, it's just,
creepy as shit.
All right.
What the hell happened to you as a child, Charlie?
we can't talk about that.
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you?
Where should I start?
You're gonna start about your ex-wives. I don't want to.
Oh God. Oh, I don't want to tell it. So anyway.
Hey, did you guys catch the 47 reference?
Oh
no.
They tend to go in one ear and out the other, but I know you catch everyone. What was it?
Since it's the code, I don't catch everyone, but it's the Code 47 podcast. I'm going to get them in.
Yes, please.
It will take Burnham 2 minutes and 47 seconds to reach her destination in her suit.
47. It's the magic number. I'm not saying it's in all of my online passwords, but it might be. Ooh. Richie, your thoughts before we move on to the news?
Just a bang up episode. This was a great finale, and you're right, it is convenient, but it convenient in a way that I don't know that I care that it's convenient. Normally I do, but I was just enthralled by everything that was going on. I really liked how Burnham became the person that set the signals, how Tyler kind of becomes the head of Section 31, which, by the way, Section 31 to me, I liken to like Delta Force at this point, because Delta is there and they do their own thing. Like if you're like the military, right? Like you're in the Army and Delta Force comes in, they just wear whatever they want. They have their own stuff. They come in, they do their job, and they leave, So that's what they feel like here at this point in time for me. Later, that, like you said, they're going to be like CIA and everything, but
right.
But yeah, I think this is the episode where Q decides he's going to go with Stamets, and I love that. I love Hugh and Stamets together. They're fantastic, dynamic. It was just great. It was it was just great. Great ending. This is what I was here for the whole time. Something like this.
Hey, we have to just mention, and Charlie, you'll appreciate this, those outro credits, that mashup of the theme songs from TOS and Discovery, that was very cool. I love
it. It brings it all together. It's like I said, being one beautiful universe. Oh my God, I clicked on the links for the news, and Aaron, you're going to do the news this week because you picked these stories. But when I clicked on the trekmovie.com, they have pride flags all over everything. I absolutely love that.
I know, it's really nice. Just so everyone knows, Code 47 is celebrating Pride all month.
Yep.
Got it.
So I just wanted to put that out there. We are not impartial. We are showing our support for Pride this month. So that's us.
That's us. You
We
got
are
it.
one big gay happy family.
We are. We embrace the Vulcan ideology of IDIC, infinite diversity and infinite combinations. That is what Star Trek has always been about. So just keep it in mind. Aaron, take it away with these news stories.
So I'm not going to do a great job because I had another news story in that wasn't great, but this one was just published about 15 minutes before we started, and I was like, I wonder if there's a better news story I can find, and I found this one.
Topical.
So Rebecca Romaine teases TOS Easter eggs and fun with Spock on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. I know, and I really picked this one because I'm just amped about Strange New Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know, though, does it look like in the photo of the news article that her comm badge is just like a little bit too high, or is it just the perspective with her hair?
It's so funny that you should mention that because as a customer, you know that I'm a fanatic. And when I was watching, because I watched the last few episodes today, I did notice that the comm badge is really high up on the wearer's left breast, almost to the collarbone. It seems like it's a lot higher than badges are in the TNG era. But no, that is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because isn't it like man nipple?
Well, it's but I mean, even look at Spock in this photograph, which this is
yeah,
it
is high
from Strange Worlds. Yeah, it's like I said, it's almost kissing the collarbone. It's like maybe 2.5, 3 inches below the collarbone. It's really.
He needs to move it down so it's like a pasty.
Oh, yeah. Then he'd need two. I mean, if he's showing one nipple, it's still nudity. Everybody knows that's how that works. But anyway,
we need Star Trek pasties now. I mean,
what's the fun with Spock? What's the crux of the story?
Rebecca Romaine took on the role of number 1 in the second season of Star Trek Discovery, and she is reprising the role with Ethan Peck and Spock and Anson Mount as Pike for Strange New Worlds. It's just not. It doesn't look like it's about anything but Strange New Worlds and talking about stuff we already know. But hey, I put it in.
Hey, you know what? I'm excited, and that's okay. And I do love also that she's married to Jerry O'Connell, who they call Jerry O'Connor later in this article, but Jerry O'Connell right below that, and he's the voice of Commander Ransom on Lower Decks, which Aaron has to finish watching.
Yeah,
before August.
Poor Jerry O'Connor.
I'll do it.
Jerry O'Connor.
I don't like Jerry O'Connor, except in that.
I know.
He's
exactly.
Like, I mean, to me, I have trouble because he's just been typecast as a bad 80s movie annoying fellow.
Oh, he's the fat kid. Stand by me. You can't.
Yeah, I feel some kinship for him because he was the fat kid, and now he's turned out okay.
Yeah, I like that he's no longer a fat kid, and his wife is freaking gorgeous. But I didn't like Stand by Me. That wasn't my thing. I think that was more for boys.
Boys. What are boys good for? Well, I feel more excited about this next story because I think we have a product. We kind of go back and forth between news and product, but this week we have a good balance, one news and one product. So what's the product news, Aaron?
Okay, the product news, you don't want me to do this because I don't like this stuff. I put this in here for you. It's a bunch of cartoony things.
But it's cool.
They have Star Trek cartoony things. I'm going to play a fun game now where I try to guess who all the cartoony things are.
Okay,
look,
go for it.
There's cute cartoony Spock, cute cartoony Cisco, cute cartoony Lower Decks lady. Is that right?
Beckett Mariner. Beckett Mariner is her name.
Cute cartoony Pike.
Yep.
Cute cartoony Picard.
With his jacket open for no good reason.
I mean, why not? And he doesn't have a comm badge because he doesn't work there anymore.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You know what? I think
cartoony Janeway.
They caught him getting dressed because his jacket is not zipped up and his comm badge is still on the nightstand.
I mean, it is a pandemic. He's been reading a sonnet a day online. He's relaxing. This is his relaxation outfit. Right. Look how they just did forehead wrinkles on him.
Right. More so than anyone. He's like, oh, I'm so upset. Okay, so Janeway, and then who are the other ones?
Cartoony Archer.
Yeah.
Cartoony Burnham and cartoony LaForge. Did I get them all?
You did. I love that the lower decks lady. That's her new name.
These are all like really, really cute. I liked them. I thought Charlie would like them because he likes to put patches and shit on stuff. So.
I do enjoy my flare. Oxtra gives me a lot of hassle for
His
that. But
flare.
He can have a big
space.
He can have a big cup of suck it because you know what, life needs flair. That's okay.
Okay, you need a few more pieces of flare. Okay.
88 individual pieces of flare.
I will do my best. Oh my goodness. Well, ladies and germs, that is the end of the program.
Rich, wrap us the fuck up.
Okay.
Do it.
I will. For more information about Starfleet International in Michigan and beyond, please visit the USS Grand Petoskey or the USS Nomad on Facebook. The Code 47 podcast is part of the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network and is produced by Todd Oxtra.
Todd Oxtra, so dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen,
I got to give him like a good punch there, right?
Oh yeah, good punch, exactly.
Like
correct.
A punch up. You know.
A little punch up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you as always for joining us. Of course, we are a part of the Secret Friends Unite podcasting network, encompassing of 4 great shows, including this one, Code 47, all about Star Trek. The Holocron Chronicles comes out bi-weekly, talks about Star Wars. Co-op mode is on the opposite week, talking about video games. And every Friday since 2014, the Secret Friends Unite podcast is your guide to the geek side, the full palette of all pop culture. You can find all of our website and all of our podcasts, and a lot of other great content over on our website, secretfriendsunite.com, growing all the time and adding in new stuff. So please definitely do stay tuned in. You can find us over on Twitter at SecretFriendsU. Drop us a tweet. We'll tweet right back at you, and we will talk about whatever you might have, a question, a comment, a concern, etc. on one of our shows. We've got a great store for merch over on tpublic.com, Secret Friends Unite, obviously. They've got tees, they've got hoodies, they've got tank tops, onesies, stickers, all kinds of great stuff. They don't have the hats, they don't have the hot pants. I'm reminded of that, that's a real bummer that they don't have those things, but go over there. Purchases there do directly support the podcast and our efforts to continue to bring you great stuff. So without further ado, I will tell you again to thank you for joining us, that sharing is caring, and to keep on trekking.
Kapla.
And happy Pride, everybody.
Yeah,
happy Pride.
And infinite diversity, infinite combinations, guys.